So in this lab, we are going to conduct a very simple scientific study where we're going to test some hypotheses regarding how many times we can fold a single sheet of paper in half. Our control group is going to be a regular sized, regular thickness piece of copy paper. And this could be a notebook paper or just kind of some paper that you have kicking around your house, okay? So you're going to make a prediction or a guess about how many times you're going to be able to fold this piece of paper in half. Once you have that guess, you're going to go ahead and test it to see if you're right. Now, because I'm working in the lab and I have access to our lab materials, I'm going to actually use these digital calipers. They help us measure how thick something is. So I'm going to measure the thickness of each of my folds, and that data will be available to you on Canvas so we can do some of the data analysis. I took that piece of paper and I folded it as many times as I can. I don't think I can get another fold out of this. No matter how hard I try, I can't get it to bend enough. So this is the number of folds I got. I'm not telling you how many I got. Let it be a surprise. So now the next step is we got to think about what factors could be affecting how many folds we were able to get out of our piece of paper. There are so many factors that could affect this. I want you to think about this and brainstorm, and in your lab report I want you to tell me 3 things that could affect how many the number of folds that we could get out of a single piece of paper. So the next thing I want you to do is pick one of those 3 factors that you just listed and write a hypothesis about that and figure out how you could test that using the materials that you have around your home. Again, because I'm in the lab, I have access to this gigantic roll of paper, so I'm going to test size. And so I'm going to get a ginormous roll of paper. And I'm going to see how many times I can fold this bad boy in half. Now I'm going to test a bunch of other different stuff that I just found laying around the school. I'll put that data in the spreadsheet so we can test and see how these factors might affect how many folds we can get. With my parchment paper, I'm going to cut it out to be the same size as my regular piece of copy paper because I only want to be changing one variable at a time. So for example, I want to make sure that I'm not changing both the size of the paper and the thickness of the paper, because then if I do get a difference, I don't know if it's the size or the thickness of the paper that matters. Similarly, with my aluminum foil, I'm going to cut it to be paper sized, or roughly paper sized. Now, aluminum foil isn't really paper, so we're kind of cheating with this one. But I'm the instructor, so I'll allow it. So I'll crunch these numbers and I'll make a video showing you guys how to make a graph so that we can do this analysis portion of the lab.